You are watching 2+ Nevada, and I'm very honored to have two amazing guests joining us this afternoon. We've got Cooper Richardson and Jasha Webb. And Cooper, you co-founded and are the executive director of Boosted Diplomas, a fantastic organization in town. And Jasha, you are a board member. First and foremost, Cooper, talk to us about what Boosted Diplomas does.
Absolutely. So first, thank you for having us on the show. It's great to be here. Boosted Diplomas is an educational nonprofit that provides free tutoring and educational advocacy to foster and at-risk youth. And so these youth that we support, they run into so many different hurdles and obstacles, whether it's consistent home changes or school changes or just general inconsistency in their lives or past traumas. And what we do is really work with them to provide consistent, ongoing, long-term support through educational advocates and tutors that show up to their homes, to their locations, and meet with them during the entire time in our program.
And Cooper, what I love about this story is you actually built this nonprofit organization after recognizing a need due to a tutoring business that you had in town. And now you've closed that just to focus on providing this education to foster kids.
Yes, there was... We started off Boosted Learning, our private tutoring company, and it continually grew. But as it grew, my business partner and I consistently saw that there were people that were requesting our services that either couldn't afford it and we had to turn them away, or in better scenarios, we had some of our current clients and people that we were working with that actually sponsored other students. And that was sort of the idea for us, the impetus for Boosted Diplomas of why don't we create a program in place that supports those who really need it the most in our community that are falling through the cracks. And so came Boosted Diplomas.
And Jasha, why do you belong to this organization? How did you learn about Boosted Diplomas and then volunteer for it?
Yeah, so I learned about Boosted Diplomas through the nonprofit space. I sit on other boards, and Cooper's mission at Boosted Diplomas really just spoke to me and really resonated with me, because I really do feel like education is the key to opportunities and these students' confidence going forward, and really understanding that they can do whatever they want in life.
And what I know this from having worked with the county for years, focusing on foster youth up for adoption. And what I can't get over, only 42.8% of foster and at-risk youth graduate high school in Washoe County. And there is a definite need for what you are doing. And there is sometimes, or many times, as evidenced by the stats, a gap for these kids who already are living in upheaval, right? They could be moving from home to home, and they need educational advocates. So thank you so much for what you're doing, first and foremost. The need is definitely there. How can people in the community, Cooper, help you at Boosted Diplomas?
Well, we have an incredibly exciting event next week, which I would love for everybody to come to. It's at the Nevada Museum of Art on Wednesday the 12th. And from 6 to 8 p.m., we'll be celebrating, our students. And the event itself is called Student for a Night Through Their Eyes, where we invite community members to come out and really look through and see the background, the obstacles, and how so many of our students have overcome those, and the successes that they've been able to gain through our program. As you mentioned, last year's graduation rate for foster and at-risk youth was roughly 42%. Within Boosted Diplomas, we were able to achieve almost 85%.
That's awesome.
And one of those students actually couldn't get counted in that role, but they actually just graduated late in August. So really roughly 92% of our population from last semester graduated. But next week, we'll be hosting our event. It's our largest fundraiser event yet. We have seen some incredible contributions from the community. We had a $30,000 match from the Wave Dance Fund, which has already been met. So we're currently sitting at about $76,000 out of our $100,000 goal. And that goal is in place to then help us reach 140 students on an annual basis. Right now, we're at about 90, but bringing in that additional cash and donations and contributions from our community will expand out our programming and allow us to make a further reach.
And let's get into what the money is spent on. Again, it is going towards tutoring for these students?
Yes. So a couple amazing things. We have wonderful backers on the back end that support all of our program admin. So every single donation made goes directly to one-on-one services. So we have our tutors and our educational advocates who are the main boots on the ground working with our students. They go to their foster homes, their after-school programs, or wherever they are, meet them on a weekly basis and be that consistent person. Same thing with our educational advocates. They meet on a very consistent basis, starting from 7th grade all the way up through college level when they graduate from our program.
Okay, so we've got about 30 seconds left. What is your goal and how do people buy tickets?
Want to dive in?
Yeah, so if you go to boosteddiplomas.org, you'll be able to go to the events page and purchase tickets. We have about 40 left, and we'd love to have everyone come out and celebrate with us. Every dollar, like Cooper said, goes to tutoring a student who is in need.
And for more information on Boosted Diplomas as an organization, where do people go?
Boosteddiplomas.org. You can find out everything you need to know. Our programs, our Driven to Achieve scholarship, our everything that we do. Boosteddiplomas.org. You can find it and then make donation monthly, yearly, however you'd like.
You guys, thank you both for what you're doing for kids in our community.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
You're watching 2+U Nevada.